Hey, good evening, Carly. I need to ask you a little favor. Hey, are you there? Please respond.
Good evening. Sorry, but I don't know who this is. Jog my memory?
Do you seriously not remember me? By any chance, are you bad at remembering your friends' names, Carly? It's me, Leah, you dummy.
Leah.
Megan's mom? Surely that rings a bell.
Oh, Megan from my son's class. So you're his mom. He says him and your daughter really get along. She sounds like a lovely girl.
I can't believe it took saying my daughter's name for you to remember me. You really should make more of an effort with your friends.
I'm really sorry, Leah. I hope you're not offended. Anyway, what was it you wanted? Can I help you with something?
Yes, you can, actually. I need you to do me a little favor.
A favor? From me?
And don't worry, it's nothing difficult.
Okay, great. So, what is it?
It's about your husband, Callum. Will you lend him to me?
Excuse me? Look, I'm sorry, Leah. I read your message 3 times over, and I'm still no closer to understanding what you mean. Forgive me for asking, but by any chance, did you make a typing error?
What? A typing error?
You want me to lend you my husband?
Yes, lend me him.
What?
I need him for the weekend. If you send him over on Friday night, you can have him back on Sunday evening. How does that sound? Be a darling and help out a friend.
I obviously can't lend you my husband. What the hell?
Huh? You can't.
Of course I can't. He is my husband, not some inanimate object. Why would I lend you him? This is the weirdest question I've been asked in my life. Oh, please, would you stop? You're making me uncomfortable.
You have to understand. My mother will be stopping by at the house on Saturday morning.
Your mom? What does that have to do with my husband?
I haven't been back to the family house or seen her in over 10 years. You could say the relationship has always been somewhat strained. I got married and had my Megan during those 10 years since we last spoke, so now I'm a mom and a housewife. I don't know how, but apparently she found out and wants to have a role in her granddaughter's life. Which means now she's intent on coming to visit this weekend to meet Megan and my husband. She wouldn't take no for an answer, so I have to take appropriate action.
I see. That's all very interesting, and I'm sorry to hear you're in a difficult situation. But no matter which way you look at it, this still has nothing to do with my husband, Callum. Appropriate action. I don't understand what you mean.
That's where you're wrong. It has everything to do with Callum. My mother asked for a picture of my husband, so I sent her a picture of your Callum.
You did what?
Think about it. He's so devilishly handsome. What choice did I have? Oh, not just a pretty face either. He's got a great reputation for being an amazing dad who's always there for the kids. He's practically in a different league to my husband. My man's so ugly, it looks like his face was designed by a blind man on drugs. And what's worse, he's always away on business. So that's why I need you to lend me Callum.
No way.
Huh? But I just explained in detail why I need him. I thought you were going to hand him over.
I never said that, not even once.
I've got it. Okay, how does this sound? If you lend me your Callum for the weekend, I'll lend you my husband sometime. One weekend and you get to choose when. That's fair, right?
I don't want to borrow your husband. What's wrong with you?
What do I have to do to get you to lend me him then?
There's nothing you could do or say that could possibly change my mind. Do you understand? I'm saying this unequivocally. It's absolutely not going to happen.
Oh, good grief. Why are you so stubborn and selfish?
Which part is selfish? He's my husband, for crying out loud. Anyway, you said your mom's coming on Saturday morning, didn't you? Why do you want him from Friday night?
I think that's quite obvious. If we suddenly have to play the part of loving couple in front of my mother straight after meeting each other, we won't seem genuine, and she'll figure out what's going on. That's why we have to spend the night together first, doing all sorts of loving couple things. If you catch my drift. Wink. That way, we'll be very convincing, and my mother won't suspect a thing.
What?
Oh, yeah. And I need you to watch my kid while you're at it. As usual, my actual husband is out on a business trip overseas, so don't worry about him finding out and causing any drama. But that also means I need you to look after Megan while the two of us get hot and steamy.
Don't worry. The things you're saying are causing me nothing but worry. You're actually disturbed.
What? Hey, that's not very nice.
Like, wow, are you actually this creepy? I'm worried you lost your mind, and I don't know whether I should find you professional help, because who the hell asks this? Tell me it's all a joke. Who'd have thought lovely little Megan's mom would be such a dangerous, perverted weirdo? Should you really be raising children?
Oh my god, you're horrible! Are you trying to upset me?
Oh, damn, that felt good. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I did go a little overboard there. It's like my hands took on a life of their own.
A little overboard? All I'm asking is to borrow your husband, and you bite my head off and try to commit me to a goddamn psych ward. Jeez, lady.
Anyway, the main point here is that Callum is my husband. Whether it's just for the weekend or not, whether it's for some silly little charade to trick your estranged mother or not, he's not your husband. If in spite of that, you persist in making these creepy, inappropriate requests, I will be forced to take appropriate action. So I kindly request that you cease and desist at once. Goodbye.
Carly, help!
Huh? What's wrong, Callum? You'll be getting home soon, right? What's going on?
That Leah woman you told me about earlier is waiting for me outside the ticket gate at the station as we speak.
What? Like she's lying in wait to ambush you?
Probably. That's what it looks like. Her clothes are a little, how to put this, tight-fitting. She's wearing a miniskirt so tight she looks like she's ready to pop out of it. I could see so much skin, it wouldn't be weird if the police picked her up thinking she's cruising for clients. Her face is absolutely caked in makeup. It's terrifying. Ugh. She just winked and blew a kiss at me. This is so creepy. Ugh.
Oh, I guess that means she saw you then.
I'm just thankful I noticed before I left the ticket gate, but I won't be able to make it back home at this rate. I should have been more careful. I never would have guessed in a million years that she'd show up and wait for me at the station. She's unhinged.
What to do? Oh, okay, I got it. Can you go to the next station? I think it's called 16th Street Station, right?
16th Street Station?
I'm gonna come out on my bike to meet you. Let's meet up there and then go home together, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I have to leave little Derek with my mom first before I get on my bike, so it's probably going to be about 30 minutes until I get there.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna head over to 16th Street Station and sit tight.
Great. Let's meet at the northern entrance, okay?
It's a plan. See you soon. Thanks, Carly.
Carly, are you there? This is urgent. I went to meet Callum at the station after he got off work, but he turned around before exiting the ticket gate, and it seems like he went back into the station. What's going on? Me and him are supposed to be spending the night together. I pulled out all the stops. I tidied the place up, bought wine, candles, even baby oil, but he just vanished. What with us being a couple for the next 3 days, I thought it would make sense to come and meet him after work, because that's what couples do, right? I never would have thought that a big, strong, handsome man like him would be this shy. Can you persuade him to come out of the ticket gate ASAP, please? I'm getting cold in these clothes. Plus, we need to spend as much time as we possibly can together tonight to prepare for my mother's assault in the morning.
He won't come no matter how long you wait.
Huh?
Callum's already at home with me.
What? No way. He's still inside the station somewhere. I know he is. He didn't even leave the ticket gate yet.
He's having a relaxing soak in the tub as we speak.
Huh? No. You're making some kind of mistake. I saw him at the ticket gate just a little while ago. When I winked and blew him a kiss, he got all shy and turned back. He knows I'm waiting for him. He wouldn't just leave me stood around like this.
He came home from the 16th Street station today.
Huh? 16th Street?
He messaged me begging for help as soon as he saw you. Then turned around, got right back on the train, and got off at 16th Street. I came out to meet him, and we went home together. We just arrived at the house.
Wait, this isn't how things were supposed to be. We had a promise.
We most definitely did not have a promise. In fact, I made it very clear that the answer was no, didn't I?
But Carly, please. My mother will be here in the morning. I have to show her that me and my husband Callum are deeply in love. I showed her his picture already, damn it! How could you hang me out to dry like this? If you don't let me borrow him tonight, I'll be in big, big trouble.
Why don't you just be honest and introduce her to your real husband? That way you won't scare the living daylights out of any innocent people, and your mom gets to meet your actual family. Everyone wins. Why not just say you got a little carried away and wanted to impress her? Play it off like you were joking and you're all embarrassed. I'm sure she won't mind.
I can't do that. I'd never live it down. My husband's only redeeming quality is his salary. How can I introduce a man that unfortunate looking to my mother? Besides, it's only one weekend. What's the problem with lending me your hunky husband for a measly 3 days? Callum would have a good time. My mom would be proud of me for bagging such a great husband. Everyone wins.
Oh, God, how many times? How many times do I have to tell you? Callum is not your husband. Can I kindly ask you to stop making me so angry? This is me holding back. You have no idea how hard I'm trying not to flip a switch on you right now. I just know I'm gonna say something I regret if you don't cut this out right now. Don't push it, Leah. I swear it won't be pretty.
Carly,
Do you understand what I meant when I said you were disturbed? That you need professional help? Since you're not actually my problem, maybe I should give a certain person away on business right now a call and explain the situation.
Guys, don't do that! Okay, I'll stop, I swear. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry.
Ah, you finally get it. Oh, what a relief. Oh, that's right. How could I forget? I'm so silly. Here's the thing. I may have already called your husband and told him exactly what you've been doing. All of it. Chat logs and all.
What? You're bluffing. How would you have my husband's number? What the?
I phoned kindergarten and asked for Megan's emergency contact details, which they kindly obliged. Oh, one more thing. He's not away on business anymore. Want to know where he is? That's right. He cut the trip short to come home and deal with his deranged wife. My guess is that he's waiting at home for you to get back. Don't keep him waiting, okay?
What have you done? You have no idea how bad this is for me. My life is over.
Oh, yeah. And let's not forget your mom. I wonder what she's gonna say.
Huh?
Apparently, your husband got her number off a friend of yours. He said she'll be arriving soon. Looks like they'll both be waiting for you when you get back. Oh, aren't you lucky?
No way!
Oh, I just got another message from your husband. I just spotted my wife dressed like a $5 prostitute while driving past the station. I'm going to take her home now. Ah, looks like your taxi's here.
No!
With that, Leah was successfully captured and taken home, where she couldn't do any further damage. Her husband told me a couple of things when he showed up at our house with some chocolates to apologize. First of all, as you probably expected, he decided to divorce her. It turns out she'd been treating her husband like her personal ATM for a long time before this, and had a habit of spending all his money on clothes and alcohol. Her attempt to steal my husband was the straw that broke the camel's back. Everyone has a limit, and this was his. What's worse, he said she almost never did the housework and showed no interest in childcare, so he was, for all intents and purposes, a single parent, despite living with his wife. He told me all about how Leah would force his mother to watch the kid while she went out drinking and partying into the early hours. Naturally, all of the above considered, her husband won custody of Megan. Having nowhere left to go, Leah went back to the family home after having no contact with her parents for 10 years. Apparently, the reason she became estranged from her parents in the first place was because they forced her to do ungodly amounts of housework that bordered on manual labor. Having nowhere else to go, she had no choice but to return to her old life of servitude, and is now exhausted 24/7, 7 days a week, due to being worked like a dog by her overbearing parents.
Can't believe you'd abandon my son after he had a stroke and became bedridden. What kind of wife are you? Excuse me? I've been meaning to tell you this for a while. Stop disrespecting your mother-in-law. You are looking down on me because I live in the countryside. Cindy, you're not my mother-in-law anymore. Are you saying that you don't even want to think of me as your mother-in-law anymore? No, that's not what I meant. Can you give me a minute to explain? No, I have many things to say to you first. You stopped celebrating my birthday and ignored Mother's Day. How can you not even give me a single call? Please, calm down and let me explain. But before that, is it true that George had a stroke? You don't even know about your husband's condition? Yes, since we are already divorced, I know nothing about his current condition. Now, you're turning a blind eye? It's true. Didn't George tell you about our divorce? He can barely speak. He contacted me because no one else would help him. You should come home now and take care of him. That's why you flew all the way from Iowa. I was surprised to see the house. The place was filled with trash and the smell was awful. It was like a trash disposal site. It's that bad? Why are you acting like a stranger? As I've been telling you, we got divorced and I moved out. I'm not his wife anymore. Seriously? You're not kidding? I'm not kidding. You can check the divorce records if you want. Then why isn't his current wife taking care of him? I don't know, but I know who that current wife is. Is she a friend of yours? She's my sister. What? 2 years ago, George cheated with my sister and kicked me out of that house. So that's why I didn't get any more gifts. I see that my sister did nothing. I was looking forward to receiving gifts from you every year. You had such good taste. I bragged about it to all my neighbors. That's why I got angry. It's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. It's okay. I wonder why George didn't tell me he got remarried. My parents got furious when they heard the news and cut ties with my sister. I guess that's why he was afraid to tell his own parents. I see. You were betrayed. I'm sorry for accusing you, not knowing what had happened. It can't be helped if you haven't been informed of anything. I've been here in California for 3 days now, but I've never seen anyone but George in this house. Where did your sister go at a time like this? I lost contact with her 2 years ago, so I have no idea. I need to take him to rehab, but I can't do it alone. Besides, I can't stay here forever. I'll try to reach out to her. Thank you. She loves him enough to steal him away from you and marry him, so I'm sure she'll take care of him once she's informed of his condition. I hope so. What do you mean by that? Oh, never mind. I'll call you later. Thank you. Where the hell are you right now? Oh, hey sis. Are you trying to complain about the fact I stole your hubby after all this time? I didn't contact you for that. I just wanted to ask you where you are while leaving your ill husband unattended. How do you know about that? Don't tell me you guys secretly got back together. That's disgusting. Your mother-in-law contacted me. What? She came all the way from Iowa. That sucks. She still thought I was his wife and had no idea he got remarried. Why didn't you tell her anything? George refused. It seems like he really didn't want to anger his mom. So where are you now? I hear that you haven't been home for a while. I was afraid I'd become ill too if I stayed there. That's why you left? You know he had a stroke and that he's crippled. I seriously can't take care of him, especially the excretion care. You stole him because you love him, right? Not really. He makes $80,000 per year and his looks aren't bad either. But I couldn't see this illness coming. Besides, I've achieved my main goal, so I don't need him anymore. What goal? Your weeping face. Huh? I'll never forget your face. Remember when I called you out to the cafe near your house? You wouldn't stop crying, and it was hilarious. You have to be kidding me. You were crying too, saying, I've fallen in love with George, and I just can't stop my feelings. Please let me have him. I was a great actress, wasn't I? I can't believe you. I can return him to you if you want. Do you understand what you're saying? If your home appliance breaks, you repair it or throw it away. In George's case, I think it's beyond repair, so... He's still your husband. I found my next boyfriend, so I don't need him anymore. What? This guy makes $200K a year. George is like nothing compared to my new guy. You stole George just to annoy me. Next, you're going to switch to a new guy just for money? Well, it turned out that way. But you can't stop yourself from falling in love, can you? Enough. Am I being offended? I haven't forgiven George either. But it's not his fault that he became ill. You could have at least hospitalized him or contacted his parents. Why should I go out of my way to help him? Because you're his wife. So I'm telling you I'm quitting being his wife. Why don't you get it? Fine, do whatever. I'm already doing as I please. Don't think you can easily become happy after betraying others. Yeah. If you two were happy, I would never have thought of vengeance. But now that I know the truth, I don't think I can ever forgive you. What are you planning to do? I wouldn't tell you. Well, even if commoners try to put up a fight, we'll be able to beat them easily with money. Good luck with that. What did you say to my boyfriend? Oh, you guys broke up already? That was surprisingly fast. Congratulations on breaking the record. This is not funny. He dumped me out of the blue with a single text. How is that even possible? He must have thought you're not even worth meeting in person. I didn't give you any information on him, so how did you identify him? George's mom wanted me to find out the truth at whatever cost, so I hired a detective. Why would a poor hag from the countryside spend her meager pension on that? Didn't you know that George's family are landowners? What? They lease them out to various companies and municipalities, so I hear their annual income is quite a lot. No way! You foolishly assume that people in the countryside are poor. Why didn't you tell me? I would have taken better care of him if I knew that. I thought George had already told you. Well, in that case, I'll go back. To where? To George's place. His parents can pay for his nursing care. Until George inherits everything, I'll have to stay married to him at all costs. You can't go back. Why? You don't have a home to go back to anymore. What do you mean? George has gone back to Iowa. He moved out of that house. What? What about all my stuff? That was the problem. There were a lot of ugly clothes and your mother-in-law was troubled. Since you've been disowned and there's no family home to send them to. Did she throw them out? No. It would be stupid of her to become a criminal in such a way, so she kindly put them in a storage room. I'll have to go retrieve them then. I guess I'll just go when I have time. Are you sure you don't need to hurry? A storage unit is like $50 a month, right? Don't underestimate a wealthy person's financial sense. She put it in a top security storage room where people usually put in expensive art and stuff. What? Just for my clothes? Good for you. Your hideous clothes are well protected. How much does it cost? It didn't fit in the $100 a month space, so she signed a contract for 10 of those. $1,000 a month? While packing them in cardboard boxes, she said, "Even a country girl like me can see that she has bad taste in clothes." How rude of her. So you'd better go and pick them up ASAP. But she paid for it, didn't she? Then why would I have to hurry? She's sending you the bill later. If you don't pick them up by next month, you're going to be paying $2,000. You've got to be kidding me. We're serious. I lost my 200K guy and my landowner husband. It's all your fault. You'll screw up your next relationship too. I assure you. You've become a fortune teller now? Because you don't even realize what you did wrong. You'll make the same mistake again, hurt somebody, and they'll get back at you. That's what it's gonna be for the rest of your life. No way that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be happy. Let me ask you a question. Would you treasure some dung you found on the side of the road? What are you talking about? That's what I'm talking about. I don't understand. George is going to talk to the police about what you did to him. What? George couldn't talk much when he was discharged from the hospital, but now he's able to talk a bit more. So what? You know exactly what you did to him, don't you? I don't remember. It was good until you picked up George from the hospital and put him to bed once you got home. But after that, you just left him there unattended, knowing he was unable to walk. Not only was he unable to go to the bathroom, but he couldn't even eat anything. When his mother rushed to his aid, his place was a disaster, reeking with a foul stench. Why do I have to take him to the bathroom? It's such a hassle. You know what they call that? It's called abandonment abuse. Why is it a crime to just leave him unattended? Are you crazy? He's not a kid, you know. Say so in court and make a fool out of yourself. I'm not going to court, nor the police. Then sign the divorce papers and send them to George's parents' house. No, I'm not getting a divorce. The longer you protest, the worse it'll be for you. Give up and sign the papers. We can take the form of a commuter marriage. George can live with his parents in Iowa while I live here in California and have them pay my living expenses. There's no way you can get them to agree to such an arrangement. Anyway, I refuse to divorce George. Do as you please. You're going to get busy paying alimony and criminal penalties for abandoning your husband. Oh no. You should go get your stuff out of the storage room before the cops catch you. You've got a lot of work to do. There's no time for whining. Sis, help me. Bye. Miranda was arrested for abandonment abuse to George. Although she was given a 3-year reprieve, it was hell from that point on. I guess she got carried away because she didn't have to go to jail. She went to George's parents' house in Iowa and demanded them to give her half of their land as a property division. Of course, her claim was rejected. On the contrary, she was asked to pay $20,000 as alimony for having an affair while risking her husband's life. She refused the payment and went on the run, but a large, suspicious-looking man approached her night after night saying, "Girl, it's time for you to pay up." She had no choice but to give up running and started a job at a sketchy bar. She seemed to have forgotten all about the storage room, and the rent increased to $6,000. I'm quite sure that she's gonna have to work for a while. My mother-in-law paid me $50,000 as alimony on George's behalf for cheating on me. I heard that George is working hard on his rehab. I like to put it all behind me and start over from scratch to find a new happy life.